Okay, so next I'm going to be doing example 7. We can see that we have a patterned hole type operation here with a 1/8 inch center drill and a 3/8 drill. We can see that the holes are gapped out with a typical spacing of 1.25. So we'll go ahead and start programming this. So we'll continue from where we left off. We'll edit example 6 and save example 7. Now we'll go ahead and go to our part setup and go to our more option and stock geometry. We'll go ahead and define our stock. Here we have 8 1/4 by 4 inches by 1 1/4. So we'll define 8 1/4 by 4 inches by 0.25. So now our stock is set up. And we'll go ahead and define our tools. From before we had tool 5, so we have that center drill all set up. And we'll go ahead and find tool 11 as our 3/8 drill. And we'll define our speeds and feeds. So now we got that all set up, we'll go ahead and get into our programming. So if we go to our View tab, we can actually see all of our data blocks here on the left and all of our sub-blocks on the right. So this is from the previous example 6. We'll go ahead and start from scratch. So we'll just select that data block 1 and delete that block. So now that's all gone. So now if we click on the end of program twice, it'll take us back into our part programming. And now we can start programming from scratch. So we'll go ahead and do our holes, drill operation, drill. And we'll start above our part. And this is going to be our center drill block. So we'll do our Z bottom of 50 thou. And we're going to pick tool 5, which is our center drill. We do not need to peck this, since it's just a center drill. Now, if we go ahead and click on our hole operation here, and hit page down or the right button, it'll take us to the new hole operation. And now we're going to do our actual drill block for our 3/8 drill. So our part is 0.25, but if we go that deep, it's not going to break all the way through. So we need to consider the tip size of our actual drill. When drills have angles like that, they're going to be offset from where you're actually going to be finishing your depth. So what we're going to do is actually take this, probably 0.4 should clear the angle of our drill so that the hole goes all the way through the part. If we do not take it deep enough, we'll have a angle at the bottom of our hole instead of a through hole. Now we're going to go ahead and pick our drill. It's going to be tool 11. And the part's only 1/4 inch thick, so we don't really need a peck depth. So we're going to leave that as is. So again, we'll click on the hole operation. We can either hit the page down or the right button and go to our next hole operation, or we can also click this next hole operation button. And now we can pick our locations. So now it prompts us with hole location 1. So you can see here the way it's defined is we can actually pick one hole, and then we'll go ahead and just keep programming from there. So I'm going to start with this bottom left hole, and I'm going to assume that our bottom left corner is our 0. So since this is all symmetrical, you can tell from the drawing that this is 3/4 inches and this is 1 inch. So we'll go ahead and start our first hole at 1 inch in X and 3/4 in Y. And now our Y value is going to stay the same for our next 5 holes. And we're just going to add 1.25 to our X value. So for each of these, I'm just typing in 1.25 plus to our Y value. Now for our next value, our hole 7 is going to be our upper right. Basically, I'm doing hole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now hole 7 is going to be this upper right. So I'm going to keep my same X, and I'm going to modify my or I'm going to keep the same X, and then I'm going to modify my Y up to the top here. So now I know that my Y is going to be 2.5 positive from that location. So it's going to be 3 1/4. Now for my X of my next hole, it's going to be 1 1/4 smaller. So I'm typing 1.25 minus enter, and you can see I can just keep doing that for each hole location. So I'm just typing in 1.25 enter, or 1.25 minus enter for each of these hole locations. So now if I go ahead and go to our graphics button and hit draw, so I'm going to go to select view XY plane after it's done drawing. And if I want to, I can redraw this so I can watch it. You can see our center drill is being put in, and now our actual drill is being put in. You can see it goes in the order that we chose, starting at hole 1 here, going to the right, and then going up, and then going to the left. So we can draw it again and watch that again. So here's our center drills, and then our wheel drills, and that's it. We can select our isometric, and we can rotate that around, see that it goes all the way through. We have no issues, and we are good to go. We'll go ahead and save this out. So I'm going to go back to our program manager and hit save, and that is it for this example.